Tell us a little bit about what you saw and being able to relay that message to Cora when you watched Kimbrel pitch and kind of help out so he wasn't tipping his pitches.
So tipping pitches, we hear about it all the time.
People at home understand what tipping pitches is all about.
It's amazing.
And that's remarkable.
All right, big dog. Angels in the Outfield. Watchalong. Christmas week. If this doesn't become one of, if not the most unhinged episodes of this show, then we have failed not only the listeners, we failed ourselves and our very human nature.
I think we can do it. This is a pretty unhinged movie, if we're being honest.
Is it?
More, I would say, well, we'll see, I guess.
It's a Disney movie.
It's
How unhinged could it possibly be?
Well, just buckle in. I don't know. I feel like I had a great time watching Fever Pitch with you, but that's just a generally good movie, and it's hard to it's kind of hard to riff too much of. There's only so much mileage you get out of like dunking on Jimmy Fallon, you know.
Sure.
So
yeah.
So I hope there's more fodder for us here.
We ran that transmission into the ground.
That's right, we did.
Let me just say this right off the bat. You have claimed that this is your favorite baseball movie.
All right.
You said, okay, so Moneyball, no. Sandlot, no. Bull Durham, no. Pass. Field of Dreams, not that good. Angels in the Outfield. Now we're talking, you know.
I feel like I mentioned this once. I was like, oh yeah, growing up, like Angels in the Outfield was one of my favorite movies. And that has like calcified into, this is Alex Baisley's #1 baseball movie of all time, then and now, which I admire. You know, we've entered the spin zone.
Are you trying to imply that you said something one time in passing and I latched onto it for the perpetuity of our friendship?
Right. That would never happen.
That wouldn't happen.
Cue Paramore poster anecdote.
I'll go get it right now if you want me to.
I know
I'm at
you
my
will.
parents' house. It's probably here somewhere on the premises. I'll go get it right now and I'll hold it up this whole podcast.
I know you will.
Angels in the Outfield, 1994, big year for movies. That's the year that Pulp Fiction came out and lost at the Oscars to none other than, do you know the
Angels
answer
in
to
the
this?
Outfield.
No. Forrest Gump, Alex. Forrest fucking Gump. Maybe we should save the Oscars chat for like an hour in, because that's what I did on the last Watch Along pod.
You want to know what movie I've never seen? Forrest Gump.
I'm glad that you said that and not Pulp Fiction.
Okay, yeah. Of the two.
The bros would have tuned out. I would read the cast, but I think one of the joys of this episode is going to be realizing the cast as they come onto the screen. So I will not spoil it. Released less than 1 month before the 1994 baseball strike. So this was all the baseball that folks had back then. I'm glad that you clarified that it's, you know, kind of one of your favorite childhood baseball movies, because I think that will really set the tone. And we're not expecting it to be high art.
Right. Cinema.
So why don't we just do it? If you're listening at home, this film is available to stream on the Disney Plus service. You familiar with this? Disney Plus, Walt Disney, your personal idol.
My personal idol. He is on my personal Mount Rushmore.
Right. He invented the Disney Corporation, and then decades and decades later, they have pivoted to streaming, and they have the streaming service Disney Plus, and you too can have the streaming service Disney Plus at home. Maybe you could package it with
Hulu
Hulu
the
and
only
ESPN.
streaming service. It is not. Well, too. Whatever streaming service you like, I would say. There are many out there.
Right.
I won't name names.
Pirate Bay.
Okay, I guess we'll name names.
I'll go back and bleep that. That'll be the only edit that I make in this entire pod.
All right, should we do it?
Yeah. We should do it. So at home, please get ready to press play alongside with us. Oh, if you don't know what this is and you're just listening now, you're a new patron or whatever, we're going to do this is going to be a watch along commentary track. There is going to be no audio from the movie in this track that you are listening to at this exact moment. The goal is for you to play the track alongside the movie at home, whatever way is most comfortable to you. So I'm going to count us down from 5, and then I'm going to start the movie from the very beginning. We're going to have a brief moment where Alex and I have to discuss whether or not it's actually working for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we're going to be off to the races. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we see the famous Disney logo appearing on our screen. What does that inspire within you? Let's just start right from the jump. What's your relationship to Disney, other than the fact that Walt Disney's politics informed yours in your adulthood?
Right. As a 12-year-old, I was like, this guy's cooking.
Do you want... Wait, hold on.
Okay. All right.
I know I already asked you a question. I'm already interrupting you before you answer. Do you want me to freeze you when you die? Assuming that you die before me?
Yeah, well, I think by the time that we meet our demise, I would be willing to guess that we will be able to turn our personas into sort of AI generated personalities. So that in essence will be like my body is frozen there, and you'll be able to interact with it still, which I think is really beautiful.
Sorry, I'm distracted by the fact that I had to turn subtitles on, which is something that I don't think that we did for Fever Pitch, but probably should have.
Are you why did we turn subtitles on? Are you a subtitles guy?
No, but I have the audio turned down so low so I can listen to you, bro.
Speak for yourself. I have your audio. I don't even know what you're saying right now.
So you don't want me to freeze you, but you do want me to upload your persona to an AI so that we can do this podcast forever.
Well, I think they already have everything they need. They just need someone's signature to make it happen.
Yeah, you ever think about the fact that we've voluntarily uploaded thousands of hours of our voices to the internet to train AI?
Bobby, every day.
Yeah. So Disney, what does that inspire within you? Here we see a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt, a wonderful child actor who's given us such great things as Angels in the Outfield, but also 10 Things I Hate About You.
And Don John. Or I think those are probably the top 3.
Yeah. Adrian
JGL.
Brody, the brutalist himself, has made it over to Artie Moreno's Angel Stadium. What's your relationship to Disney? I actually do want the actual answer to that. Are you like a Disney kid? Are you a Disney adult secretly?
I don't know. Yes, I am a Disney adult. I liked Disney growing up. I really liked Fantasia, honestly. Movie was creepy.
Cinephile.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Looney Tunes? That's not Disney. Is it? Is it Disney?
Don't ask me questions I don't know the answer to. I don't think so.
All right. Well, I loved Looney Tunes.
I think Looney Tunes is owned by Warner Brothers because wasn't there supposed to be
Yeah,
that Looney
you're
Tunes
so
movie
right.
that then
Oh my God.
Zaslav knifed in the back? Yeah.
Wow. Fake
It's a roundabout
fan,
way of
apparently.
knowing who Looney Tunes is part of. More things change, the more they stay the same. Angels trying to break a 14-game losing streak. Do you think this movie was what inspired Artie Moreno to want to buy the Angels 10 years later?
Possibly. I don't. How much ownership do we really see in this movie? I think we see a little bit, but
Okay. I'm going to be real with you. I think it's been at least 20 years since I've seen this movie. I don't remember any of this.
it's been a long time for me as well.
I mean, I think that's good for the content.
Whoa.
What, that little dolly shot?
Yeah, and just that bike, man.
Yeah, the Harley Davidson. Are you a little bit ahead of me?
Am I?
How would we know?
We have no way of knowing.
Ripping a cig inside. You don't see that anymore.
No, you don't. We used to be a country, man.
Are we just going to ignore the fact that childhood Alex kind of looks like childhood Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Like, can we talk about that a little?
What? Say your piece. Say more. What do you want to talk about?
Like the video.
I see it. I agree with it.
The video of you doing "Where Is the Love" by the Black Eyed Peas does not look so different from how this boy looks.
No, it actually really doesn't.
And for any listeners at home who would like to see that video, you could Venmo me. Venmo maybe about $10. I'll send you the downloadable link to Alex doing "Where Is the Love" at his song camp, music camp.
That was just the school band, middle school band.
Okay, that's so cool. God, it's so cool that you grew up in Berkeley. My middle school band was doing like the Rocky theme song.
Dermot Mulroney looking good here.
Is he looking good?
I don't know. I kind of think so.
All right. Yeah, I guess so. Talk about a guy that we left behind in the 2000s.
Unfairly, I think. He didn't deserve it. Oh my God. Kind of cooked his ass right there.
What, when the Angels win the pennant line?
Yeah.
So just off the bat here, it's very clearly... Well, when did Sandlot come out? After this or before this?
I think before this. Sandlot's what, like 91?
93.
Oh,
so
93. Okay, so a year before.
They're kind of like coasting on the same energy, you know?
I mean, there were a lot of movies that were coming out around this time that were very much about like the kids' love for baseball. You know, there's Little Big League, there's Sandlot. Hey, I recognize that face.
Which face are you referring to?
Well, I was young Matty M. The Rookie, another one that came out around this time.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, not Rookie. Not The Rookie. The Rookie of the Year. Well, also The Rookie.
Yeah. Elite mustache game here.
Mm-hmm.
The presence of Matthew McConaughey in this movie, as well as the presence of Adrian Brody, it begs some interesting questions about what universes are canon in the Angels in the Outfield universe. So, like, does that invalidate or does it validate Interstellar?
Oh, interesting.
Did he possibly stop at this plot on the timeline to be on the California Angels while time traveling in Interstellar?
Is he also one of the angels, right? Years and years beyond.
Sure. Yeah. Sort of speaking to himself.
You know where this was filmed?
I don't.
Oakland Coliseum.
Oh. Why? Why not where the Angels play?
I think because... To be honest, I don't know. It was football season. I think that like there may have been a football team that was like playing in town when they needed to
use the stadium.
I don't know. I didn't interrogate it further. I heard Oakland Coliseum and stopped.
Yeah. I simply have to acknowledge that the Angels are cool. Is it too early in the podcast for me to talk about my pro Angels sentiments?
I love this. Yeah. Go on.
I was kind of a fan of the Angels growing up. Are you aware of this?
I don't know that I was. Nice cowboy hat there. Little Gene Autry impersonation.
Let's go.
So big Angels fan growing up.
Not a big Angels fan, but I would say they were kind of my American League team. Up until I met you. And then the A's became my American League team.
What was the genesis behind that? Like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that your dad grew up in Southern California. So is it something that like he passed down?
He wasn't a big Angels fan, but that is kind of the genesis of it. You know, my uncle, my godfather, is a pretty big Angels fan. He's also a Phillies fan. Like, so that is his blend of fandom, Phillies and Angels. And And so I just kind of had a generally positive sentiment towards the Angels. We also can't ignore the fact that I, grew up Catholic. And I was like, cool, Angels. And then I think the Angels winning the World Series in 2002, that was one of the first World Series that I remember being really invested game in and game out. Okay, a little Billy Bean moment right here. This is all an actor could ever dream for. Just get to yell at people in a locker room.
God, Brody is a baby.
McConaughey's a baby too.
Yeah, I know.
He can't be much more than 22 or so. Yeah, so I mean, obviously the Subway Series in 2000 was relevant to my youth, but I was only 4, so 01 and 02 I was 6 by that time, so I could have memories of that World Series and that Angels team, Troy Glaus, Bartolo Colon, Vlad, and they were a fun
Tim
team.
Salmon.
I mean, that was really the only year that they went that deep and they cashed in on it. And I don't know, it just seemed fun. Something about the West Coast, like a team that plays in California, is appealing to someone who's only ever spent most of their time on the East Coast. So I don't know. That was why.
That's right. I mean, they also just have a kind of cool Southern California aesthetic.
Yes. Oh my God.
I think
we
the
got a
aesthetic
nerd
is
on the
cooler
field.
as a California Angel rather than the Los Angeles Angels.
Completely agree.
I love his little bow tie.
Do you?
Yeah.
This is Ken Rosenthal Appalooja. I really love when movies recreate sideline interviews or media moments because it's so funny. It's like a meta commentary on how performed they are in the first place.
Yeah. Are they going to kiss?
This is how we record the pod. It's just one mic and we stand this close to each other.
Right.
Ooh. Dude, if you did that, you would be fired so fast.
If a manager punched the broadcaster?
Yes. Do you remember when the broadcasters got in a fight in the Detroit Tigers booth?
I think that more managers should be allowed to punch media members. I think that'd be good and healthy for the sport.
1 punch per year. What do you think of that?
Choose it wisely.
Yeah.
If the punch lands, it's like a challenge. Then you get another one.
Do you have any half-baked ideas about other things that you should be allowed to do once per year? Have I ever told you my theory about how every driver should be allowed to take away one other driver's license over the course of a year?
Nice. You have not told me this idea.
It goes to review,
Mm-hmm.
But
is this it goes to an independent arbitration board
basically,
or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know the exact logistics of how this would work, but I should be able to say, okay, I'm using my 1 license revocation on this person because they're such a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And for my part, I would always use it on someone driving a Tesla.
Now, right. Now, what happens if someone does that to you? How Or
Let
let's
the
say
facts
you each
stand for
file it
themselves.
against each
if
other.
if I deserved it, I lose my license for a year.
Okay.
But I have confidence.
You'll abide by the decision.
Exactly. I believe in, one voice, one vote. I have a lot of confidence in my driving ability. I don't think anybody would want to use their one thing on me.
I believe it. You're a good driver. You are.
Thanks. That means a lot to me that you would say that. Here in this semi-private forum.
Oh, he's so sad.
He is sad. What's your relationship to JGL, the actor, aside from the fact that you watched Don John and it changed your perspective on humanity?
Well, I just felt represented. As well.
I don't remember that movie well enough to keep going down this bit of making Don John jokes.
Me neither.
I did see it. I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I remember I thought it was pretty bad, but I was also like 14.
Yeah. I don't think I ever saw it, but I saw the memes
You
around
never
it.
saw it?
No.
You don't see any movies, is the problem.
Should I go see Don John right now after this?
Go see it. Where are they playing it? They're going to be playing that at Film Forum?
I love JGL. I think he's a sweetie.
I do too.
500 Days of Summer? I mean, what are we talking about here?
500 Days of Summer, also known as the movie that I went to on my very first date.
Oh.
Didn't really. Here you go. Here's the owner. Civil charges.
Jesus.
Uh, 500 Days of Summer doesn't exactly pretend well romantically for that being the first movie on your first date.
But it makes sense as you, like a real like music buff, you're just going there and pointing at the screen doing the Leo pointing meme.
Yeah. She's got you high, I do think that was the movie that introduced me to the Smiths.
I think that's probably true for a lot of people.
Which is regrettable, honestly. Put me down a path that I had to pull myself out of years later. That movie's fine. I watched it in the pandemic, and it's okay. It doesn't hold up quite as well as I was hoping it might.
You know that the tagline for this movie is "You gotta believe."
Yes, I do know that, actually. I wanted to talk about the poster. I have it open here, but then I got distracted by the fact that a movie started.
Right.
I watched
and
so
we also
many
have to talk
movies
through the entire thing.
Right, exactly. I watched so many movies and vigilantly do not look at any screens or talk at all during them. And then we do these watch-alongs, and I have to try to watch the movie,
like
try to
3
talk
different
to you,
screens.
try to make sure my pod's still recording, and try to read the Wikipedia page at the same time. And it's just, my brain feels like it's on fire.
Did you ever watch Super Pumped?
Hey, hang on now. Don't talk during the national anthem.
Sorry,
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
sorry.
Alex.
I'm sorry.
We're starting the fucking watch along over. This is my kind of energy, just being like really tired and annoyed during the national anthem.
Having to pinch yourself to wake yourself up.
What did you ask me? Do I ever watch what?
Oh, Super Pumped. The Uber TV show.
Oh yeah, with Anne Hathaway.
No, that's the WeWork one.
That was a joke. Yeah. With JGL as Travis Kalanick.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch that. I watched both of those, and guess what? I enjoyed them both.
Mm-hmm. Good bit.
No, it's not. It's a really dumb joke. Going in and sliding into the mound is really funny.
floss his catcher's teeth. It's a lot of energy here. He's going to tire himself out really quickly.
He's giving Fernando Rodney.
Yeah.
I got the white Fernando Rodney on the mound.
He's given like Grant Balfour,
Yeah,
like
a
the
little bit.
pacing, the muttering.
Yeah. Except Balfour was good.
Fair.
Am I supposed to believe that ball that just whizzed by his head hit the center field fence on the fly?
On the fly, yes. That line drive.
It's like
The
something
exit
out of
velocity on that.
Yeah, that's like something out of Backyard Baseball. Okay, Brockmeyer. Getting punched in the face, drinking whiskey on the mic. Did you watch all of Brockmeyer?
No, I didn't finish it. I need to go back to it.
I think I did not finish the last season either, but I enjoyed the first few seasons. I really thought it was a pretty accurate representation of a certain kind of baseball type and baseball scene.
Oh, what's going on? This is, wow. CGI in this is
Amazing.
next level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that I remember the scene very vividly, actually, now that I'm watching it. The way that the ball came off that bat and the way that he was being called, it sounded like it was going to be a 480-foot home run. And the way that they shot it, he's like 30 feet short of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that seeing that CGI was what inspired, James Cameron to make Titanic or Avatar or the Lord of the Rings movies? Yeah.
He was like, they have a really good foundation here that I sort of want to build off of.
Okay, a little artsy shot of the clouds.
His friend is really kind of clueless.
His friend has that
JP.
shit on.
Yeah, he does.
That fit goes hard.
Were you ever a binoculars at the ballpark guy?
No. But I kind of respect it. I mean,
yeah.
Clearly this ballpark is not big enough to be worth that, but it's fine.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's worth it. If you're sitting in the bleachers,
I guess the way that they make it makes it look smaller, but if you're saying that it's shot at the Coliseum, obviously that's one of the most cacophonous stadiums in MLB history.
Right, yeah. Apparently they originally wanted to get Macaulay Culkin as the kid and Leslie Nielsen as Al the Angel.
Okay.
A little fun fact for you.
Thank you for that fun fact.
You're welcome. Now you can go about your life knowing that Macaulay Culkin was almost in Angels in the Outfield.
Leslie Nielsen, what's your relationship to his work?
Ahead of its time.
In what way?
He's really funny. Airplane holds up.
Naked Gun?
Holds
Police
up.
Squad?
Holds up. I was watching Police Squad in like my 4th grade class when my teacher would like not want to teach us. She was like, "Well, let's put on Police Squad for you."
That
awful
is
idea
so
to scream
crazy
to 4th graders. I was like sitting here. I'd come home and they'd be like, "What'd you watch today?" I was like, the 3rd Police Squad movie. I'm like, okay, did you do your homework? No.
I really love Christopher Lloyd in everything that I have a relationship to, but it's weird because obviously his most iconic role is Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
But I was never really a big Back to the Future person. I think that was well ahead of our time. And I think my parents are like a little too old to have a big relationship to Back to the Future, and my sister is definitely too young to have a big relationship to the Back to the Future. So I think I whiffed generationally on Back to the Future and just never got super into it. But I'm a huge Who Framed Roger Rabbit fan, and Christopher Lloyd features in that film.
Yeah. How is the angel really helping him here? Like, I don't feel like he's not really going to get enough. Well, okay, I guess that helped a little bit.
It's an angel, bro. You're asking about physics when what you should be asking about is metaphysics.
That's true. What I should be asking about is faith, honestly.
You want to talk about faith?
It's a time-honored tradition here on Tipping Pitches.
Thank you for listening to that Patreon preview of the Angels in the Outfield watch along. I can assuredly promise you that for the first 30 minutes is just a smattering, and that wonderful things are coming, including an interrogation of whether or not Alex feels happy about saying that Angels in the Outfield is the best baseball movie ever made. Some conversations on journalism ethics. Alex admitting that he was the ghostwriter of the film Don John. And any other good things that happened in there? Us reckoning with our lives and careers and whether or not they turned out how we expected them to. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say sort of broad meditations on the nature of faith and God and free will. It's all in there. This is the only movie who could prompt us to have these discussions.
It's like getting your master's in theology, basically, and you got it in the span of 90 minutes. So please go check that out on Patreon, patreon.com/tippingpitches. And I hope everybody has had a wonderful holiday season so far. And we really appreciate you all listening all year long and all month during Main Character Month as well. And I'm just really looking forward to the rest of the off season. And hopefully we can do some awesome stuff in January. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alex Rodriguez. Tipping Pitches.
Tipping Pitches.
This is the one that I love the most.
Tipping Pitches.
So we'll see you next week. See ya!